So yesterday I went into T-Mobile with my sister and we tried to upgrade our phones. It said that we were due for upgrade on the computer. So we went into the store to try to upgrade both of our phones. It said that I was eligible and she was eligible. They told me that I could not receive a new phone and eventually were able to give her a new iPhone. But the employees there really did not seem like they wanted to upgrade my sister's phone. They said that they weren't able to do it. After 20 or 30 minutes later, they were able to eventually give her a new iPhone. I do not understand why people do not want to work nowadays. They need to work, especially at jobs like T-Mobile and Verizon, where you do get paid based off of commission. If I was working, I would want to hook everybody up with the phone and all these extra plans to achieve my commission. I also don't understand what's going on with the attention span of everybody nowadays. I really feel that the app TikTok and apps like it have destroyed the attention span of everybody. I shouldn't be able to get more than a minute of watch time from anybody, but I am not able to get more than a minute of watch time from anybody because I do not edit my videos down to a minute or less clips. I do not understand why I can't get people to view my videos. I do not understand why people do not want to work. It seems like people just want to make money without really having to do anything. Everybody has this dream or idea that they should get paid six figures to do absolutely nothing. Haven't worked in a while, but I understand that I will never make six figures if I do not have a corporate job and I'm not on top in a top position at my corporate job. I am basically only going to get $40,000 or less, and I would be able to accept that because that is what most people are going to obtain in the United States of America. But apps like TikTok and Kick and all these other things have people thinking that they should be making six figures doing absolutely nothing. I do not understand why. I do not understand why there's a trend to quit your job or have 20 jobs by the time you're like 25 years old. I do not understand any of that. You have no work history doing any of this. And at the end of the day, people need to work. Apps like TikTok that are Chinese based need to be more regulated. That's why right now they are being forced to sell to an American company or will be banned in the United States of America. It has nothing to do with people's freedom of speech because they do not have freedom of speech when they are not an American based company. I do not understand why they feel that they could use our laws and our protections when they are not an American based company. Just because they get Americans to download their app. When I was younger, most people that were 17 or 18 had jobs at coffee shops or ice cream shops or something like that in order to obtain money to live on their own, whether they paid for their gas, whether it paid for their rent, whether it paid for their lifestyle, whatever they wanted. They understood that they needed to work in order to obtain money to support themselves. Nowadays, it seems like nobody wants to work, but they want to get paid. And then at the end of the day, they all end up living in their cars or working for Uber or some gig job that doesn't really benefit them. You get no health benefits, you get no unemployment, you get none of the benefits that you get from working at a job. There's no place for you to move up, no positions. You're just a gig worker. Yes, you get your freedom and your time, which I guess is really important to these which I guess is really important to people nowadays. But I still don't understand why people would work without a steady paycheck. If you could, please explain that to me in the comments. I do not understand why people want or where people got all these ideas that they do not need to work. If you did not grow up rich, you need to work. You will work until you're in your mid-40s. It's just the way life is. If you want to obtain a house, you need to work in order to obtain a down payment and then be able to pay your mortgage or pay your rent. I do not understand why people feel they do not need to work. Another thing that bothers me is, okay, let's say you do obtain a corporate job or a normal job, and then you obtain your job, and while you're working at your job, you really don't want to help your customers. Your customers are what keeps your job in business. If you have no customers, you have no business. You do not get paid. What is the end goal for you working? I thought it was to get paid, to have a mortgage, to have a car payment or a car, to have a family, and to eventually be able to retire. No one is going to have a car, have a house, or eventually be able to retire if they do not work and save money. The only way to obtain money is to work. Whether you invest your money, whether you work a 9 to 5, whether you have a corporate job, whether you have a salary job, you have to work for somebody or be extremely rich and have grown up rich to even experience that lifestyle of being rich and knowing how to manage your money. If you do not know how to manage your money, you will never be successful. I don't care if your job did pay you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in 1 month. If you do not know how to manage that money, you will always be broke and probably eventually end up living in your car. And that is also another thing that is crazy to me, how everybody is accepting people that live in their car. It should not be accepted to live in your car. That is basically a homeless person. You know, even homeless people don't live in their cars. They at least live on the street. You know, I'm not going to live in my car when I could just get a job, suck it up, and get paid. You know, at the end of the day, you need medical insurance. You need health care. You need child care. You need whatever type of financial stability that you require in your life. And the only way to obtain that financial stability is to work.